everyone. Welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for another edition of YBMcast. Today we have our player spotlight, and I'd like to introduce the gentleman to my left, Jackson Carter from Fort Zumwalt East High School. Mm-hmm. How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Good. How's school?
It's good.
Yeah?
Lots of homework.
Always, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of do you play some other sports in high school, or are you just
baseball now?
Just baseball now. So it's kind of that, getting through. Are you enjoying the football season though?
I'm not much of a football fan.
Okay, all right. Do you go to the football games? No.
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
How's his football team this year?
Record isn't the greatest.
Okay, all right. Well, they're only a few games in, so we'll see. I know they've been struggling recently.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah. So let's get into this. First, I want to thank Game 7 Baseball, YBMcast, always powered by Game 7 Baseball. Game7baseball.com. Register your team today. All right, enough of that stuff. Here we go. Let's talk a little bit about growing up playing baseball. When did you start? How old were you?
Started T-ball.
Yeah,
I'd say.
There you go.
Pretty young.
Yeah. Do you ever do any of the coach pitch stuff?
Oh yeah, I did T-ball, coach pitch, machine pitch, all the types of pitch, and up until kid pitch.
Yeah.
When I started pitching, I was a third baseman and a pitcher. Didn't really play outfield much when I was younger.
Well, that's okay. Now, what teams did you play for when you was a kid? Was it just the independent stuff and things like that?
I started playing for the YMCA.
Oh, very
for baseball.
Good. Where was this at? Is this here in St. Peter's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I moved on to the Sting.
Oh, okay. Coach Green's group. Yeah.
And then the Extreme.
Okay.
Oh, I played for the Red Hawks too. That was
between
Red
Hawks, yeah.
Sting and Red Hawks, the Extreme, and then now the Futures.
So you've had a little adventure growing up. Did your dad coach you at all?
No.
No dad? Okay. So you've always kind of played for somebody else. So your experience growing up, what'd you think when you were playing baseball as a kid, just having fun, whatnot? Did you ever think about playing, Major League? Did you have that dream as a kid?
I've kind of always had that dream.
Yeah.
It's always been in the back of my mind. Just like that's a possibility at some point if I keep working hard.
Yeah. So I'm sure your favorite team's the Cardinals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. St. Louis Cardinals. Who's your favorite player?
I like Wainwright.
Really? Mm-hmm. The old pitcher. I thought with the with the curls and the locks, it'd be Harrison Bader, man. You guys out there with the flow working it. No?
I like him too.
Yeah. Because he has that good look, So, now, do you have a problem with your hat flying off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last season I had a tight hat, so it didn't really fall off much. But
you know that trick where they flip the bottom side of it out? Does that work? No?
I've never tried that.
Oh, okay.
But I do have problems with that, especially on windy days. Running back into the dugout, hat flies off.
Got to go back and get it, right? So let's talk a little bit about last season. Your first season in high school, freshman, right? Mm-hmm. Starting center fielder for Zumwalt East as a freshman, which that's pretty good stuff. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. So it shows that you have some talent and ability. There's not a lot of freshmen that come up and play in varsity across the landscape here. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your experience there.
I was nervous.
Yeah.
But I think overall it was a good experience. I think skill-wise I did okay, but more like the confidence part of like playing freshman year on varsity. It was totally different.
Did you have some issues with your confidence throughout the season? Did it go up and down? Not really. I'd say it was I definitely got better over the season. Yeah. Kind of got comfortable with the guys. It's a transition, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Because it is different playing with seniors, isn't it, than when you're playing with your own age group the whole time coming up. Yeah. And all of a sudden, it's some bigger dudes.
It was a big transition. Like, friends I've been playing with my whole life and then going and playing with basically grown men compared to me.
It is a transit. And I think sometimes that's, until you're in it, you don't really, it isn't really there. So throughout the season, you're playing well, doing well, you guys get in the playoffs, right? Tell us a little bit about districts.
That was very emotional, the last game.
Yeah.
With all the seniors leaving, and our JV coach, Wyber, he left too. So,
Coach Wyber, really? Where did he go?
Yeah, he went to West. I think he got a position as a principal there.
Oh, man, good luck. I love Coach Wyber. He's a great dude. Great dude. Good luck to you, Coach. So you get into the districts. You guys get into the finals and playing the old dreaded Fort Zumwalt South, right? I was there. We were there because, as everybody knows, shout out to Coach Hill. Justin, my son, who's over there doing the engineering, he's an alumni, played for Coach Hill. South is always kind of a nemesis.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what was it like leading up to that district championship game?
Lots of tension.
Yeah?
We have Monday morning meetings where we talk about the next upcoming week, and that was the topic.
Yeah.
It was a lot of preparing mentally, really. There's a lot of pressure for the finals.
Anything that you'd ever really experienced before?
It was definitely the biggest game I've ever experienced, because tournaments for summer ball, it's new. It refreshes every weekend, but you're playing for your team this year or last year, so it was definitely different playing for the whole school, kind of representing.
A little more. It is a little more pressure, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you think that helped you grow as a ball player?
It kind of showed me that there's more. It's more of a team sport. You think baseball is a team sport, but you can think about it as like a single sport, I guess. But it kind of showed you need everyone to win.
Yes, you do, don't you? It's kind of that thought process. It's the most individualistic team sport, I think. That's kind of the way I look at baseball.
Yeah.
Because each individual, you're in that moment where you have to succeed in order for your team to succeed.
Yeah. It's definitely different than a lot of other sports.
Yeah, most definitely.
You can have a great game. Your team might not have a great game, but it's totally different.
Exactly. So, Zumwalt South, they move on. They go to the championship. You guys are kind of left there. How is that motivating you going into this year?
It kind of gives us a motivation to come back and beat them next year. Last game kind of gave me some ideas of what I need to work on.
Yeah.
Kind of just evolve as a player overall.
Right.
Base running is a big one. I need to work on my jumps.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, with your speed, you should be running all over the bases, right? Did you have a lot of stolen bases last year in high school?
I had a good amount, but new to it all, I didn't really steal much. I get in my head a lot when I'm base running. That's the hardest part for me.
Yeah.
Is base running. I just get in my head and should I go? Should I not go?
Oh man, it's tough, isn't it? It is tough. I don't care. So you got we're high school. We're gonna be watching you. We'll be there because we follow East all the time. It's fun for us. We love to go and check out the team every year. So we'll be out there seeing you, bro. Summer ball. You're playing with the Midwest Futures, as everybody can see on your shirt, representing the Midwest Futures. Holler. I love Donnie Horn. He's a good dude. And we've followed those guys around quite a bit. So expectation going in. Now you're into the summer. What's the difference between summer ball and high school ball? What's the biggest difference?
First thing I think about is the weather. Because
Really?
Summer ball, it's hot. And then high school, it's cold.
It's true, isn't it? You're trying to find a park and to play in center field, right? No leaves on the trees.
But it's different playing for a school rather than playing for a club. It's more of a team sport, I'd say, than summer ball.
Now, how you got to give me a look into that, because that's an interesting statement you just made. It's more of a team sport than in summer. What's the difference between those things?
Summer ball is more like, I feel like it's more about like single, like the stats, and then high school ball, like playing for your team, it kind of gives you more like reason, and it's nice playing for the school.
That's interesting. I like it. Do you think you can take some of that attitude though from high school and fit it into that?
Oh yeah,
and bring a little more team atmosphere into the summer ball?
It helped a lot. It changed me as a baseball player for sure.
Very good. I love that. That's great stuff. So we're going to talk PBR rankings. I'm always looking at this stuff. Your Missouri, your overall ranking just as a baseball player in the state of Missouri in the 2024 class, because we're just talking about your class, is 18, and you're ranked number 6 in your position in the outfield, because you are an outfielder now. You're not playing the infield and not pitching, so you're out there. You're getting it done in the outfield, right? Yeah. So position number 6 out of the whole state of Missouri. That's pretty good, don't you think? I mean,
it's pretty good.
That's like, and if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to go look. I should have looked at this, but you were honorable mention, correct? For conference or state, I think this last year as a freshman,
yes.
Right? So that shows pretty well, and that kind of meets to those rankings. What do you take out of that when you see those rankings in the state like that?
I try not to look at it much. It kind of gets in my head. I just like to play and look at it every once in a while, think about it, but mostly when I get on the field, I just have to zone in and play the game.
Do you know many of the dudes that are around you in those positions? Do you know some of the other players at your level that way?
Not really.
Not really? Okay. So you're not really paying attention to that part of it. Have you ever, do you think you might get a little more of that look in high school though, right? If you're seeing some of these other guys that you might not see in summer ball.
Yeah.
So let's look at a couple of your stats here. I think these are fun, because the one that pops out at me is your 60 time. And I said to you before we started talking here, I couldn't do 6'4" and 100 probably. It might take me, or I shouldn't say 100, in a 40, I guess. Yeah, there it is. That's better. I couldn't do 6'4" and a 40, man. I'm a little older. We'll give it that. We'll just call it that. So, but 6'4'8" for your 60 time. That's fast. Yeah, that's elite speed. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but because, and I think it's interesting. This is for 2021. Last year, 2020, at a PBR event, you ran a 6.64. So you got faster.
Yeah.
Do you think you can get faster?
Yes.
With that
sure.
6'4"? Do you really? Think you got some time to grow?
Oh, yeah. My goal is to run about a 6'3" senior year.
Is that right? That's impressive. Might have to, the track coach might come call us. You never know. Now, you got an exit velo on your bat, 86. Where do you think that puts you, and how are you working to improve that?
Just a lot of time in the cage. I've been really working on hitting oppo, though. That's kind of been my mentality this offseason, is hitting oppo and hitting with 2 strike counts. Kind of just putting the ball in play.
Put the ball in play, a lot of good things happen out there, especially with speed, right? Get the ball in play. I think you can beat out a lot of ground balls there. I just do. I think just that speed. Your outfield velo, 82. You got a nice strong arm out there at your age. Where are you looking to grow in that?
I don't really know. Just
Have you thought
get
about
it.
that?
I haven't really thought about that.
So when you're looking at these stats here, so you're not looking at that in that respect as far as the stats go. You're looking at your growth as far as how you're playing. How do
Yeah.
you measure that then? Is it just a feel?
Yeah, mostly like my confidence in the game and just stats for that day. Like, just don't make any errors. Kind
Am I
of just
getting it
execute. Yeah.
That's interesting. I like that because it's not necessarily about the stats. Am I making plays? Yeah?
Yeah. My consistency with hitting and base running, just executing what I got to do in that moment.
Very good. You're hitting the weight room though, right? So let's talk a little bit of recruiting process because PBR, that's what it is. It's a recruiting service. And when I was looking though at PBR's stats with you, for you, I should say, you're at the top. You're at the high level in your age group. You're at the very top level in your age group with all that. So let's talk about what is that thought process. If you thought much about recruiting, where are you at in this thing, in your thinking with this, and what are you looking for in the future?
It kind of caught up to me really fast because with COVID,
Yeah.
I just didn't really have a lot of time to think about it. I got to start thinking about it now, though. The colleges, I just want to go to college, play baseball in college.
And why is that? What does that bring into you? What is the opportunity there?
I just enjoy playing baseball.
So if you got to be
play
in
as long
school-
as I can.
There you go. All right. That's so when you're talking about schools, have you made a list? Have you started making lists of schools and things schools you'd like to go to?
Not yet.
Not yet. I'll make a suggestion. Everybody I hear talking recruiting says make a list. Start making a list. Start looking at it. Right.
Yeah.
What schools do you like? Let's just talk that way.
I know Missouri State's close, local. They're D1.
Yeah.
So that's been in my head. Louisville, that would be interesting to go and play there.
Yeah. So you got two D1 programs on your list. One is a Power 5, Louisville, ACC, right? Then you got Mo State, which is a top-end mid-major, Missouri Valley. I think they're Missouri Valley still, I'm pretty sure. So how is your confidence level about being a Division I baseball player?
I think I just got to keep doing what I'm doing and just keep putting in the work. I have a lot of improvement, but I think if I stay consistent with where I'm at and I keep working and improving, I think it's a possibility.
Very good, very good. So if it ends up what do you think about, you've got a pretty good plan, what you're doing. What about after? What if they say, you know what, you're just not good enough? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But you're talking about after baseball, school, whatnot. I just read recently Ryan Howard, Coach Howard's son. He finished his career with the San Francisco Giants. Got there, he's done. Now what do you do? So is that something that I know it's hard to think about right now, but I think about when you're talking about school,
Yeah.
what do you like to do?
I'm interested in business and like investing.
Okay.
Anything with money, really, economics. I like learning about all that.
Are you taking stuff like that in high school right now?
Entrepreneurship, intro to business, kind of getting my foot in the door into many business classes.
Because Missouri State does have a good business program.
Yeah.
They do. They have a great MBA program down there. So that's good thinking right there. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. And so because at some point, as you said, somebody will say, oh, it's done, right? But we're not going to think about that right now, right? We're not. So student athlete, is that part of it? Where do you think in those in terms, and how hard is it as a student when you get into the baseball season? Yeah, keeping your academics, keeping your focus in both places. How difficult is that?
Last year it caught me off guard with the amount of work, and it definitely works with time management. You got to be good at time management, work ethic, and just getting your homework done so you can play baseball.
I love it. So I can play ball, man. Get me outside. I'm hip. I'm with you. What's your goals from here? What are your goals? I'm sure you got some stuff for high school and summer. What do you got?
Like school-wise or baseball?
Baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah, we're talking baseball. We put the school side.
I know I can improve my 60 time. That's kind of what I've been like really passionate about.
Yeah.
Working on, like I said, becoming a smarter base runner. I think that'll really help. Catching the players off guard, stealing, and just being consistent with outfield.
I love it. I love that because I think that's a very interesting thought process because you hear a lot of guys talk about numbers. And to me, what I hear is a lot of baseball IQ stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How can I improve my acuity on the field?
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome.
Because at the end of the day, like every player goes through a slump. So you got to rely on IQ and just getting you through the game.
Yeah, buddy. Yes. That 0 for 20 doesn't feel good, does it?
That's why I've been really working on bunting.
Yeah.
I got to put that into my game more.
And let me ask you, as you say that, and we'll finish with this because I think that's a great point. But your speed, I mean, bunting is kind of not part of the game right now.
Mm-mm. I think it's definitely vital for me to get that down. I think it's really important.
Think you could bring bunting back?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm hip, man. I'm with it. All right. Jackson, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
Folks, we appreciate you joining with us today. I hope you enjoyed watching, meeting Jackson on the show here today. If you're looking for some baseball, summer baseball, high school baseball is going to be right around the corner now too. Now, you get just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Just a little bit. There's going to be some great high school action around this area. Great stuff with all the GAC schools. There's some really good GAC schools, aren't there?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely excited to get back into that.
I am. I'm looking forward to it. I am. So, everybody, hit that subscribe button. If you like what we're doing, hit it. Hit that dinger, because that's what we do around here. We hit dingers. Sorry, maybe I can bunt now. Maybe we can bunt the dinger. Right? Mm-hmm. There you go. Everybody have a great day in the Lord. All you pitchers, keep throwing strikes. You hitters, hit them where they ain't. We'll see you next time.